Hey guys, welcome back to Maverick Watch Reviews. Now today is a pretty special day. This is my first Casio sponsored review ever. I couldn't be more excited. Let me go ahead and bring the ProTrek in here. Let's get it in frame, make it look nice and neat. I reached out to Casio, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, kind of like a shot in the dark, never ever thinking they would respond to me. But they did. My jaw just dropped when I saw the email. This is actually the first of 3 watches they are sponsoring on this channel. So I'm going to have this, a ProTrek, I'm going to have a G-Shock, and I'm going to have a Edifice. And not too many people are familiar with Edifice watches. Some of y'all probably are, but a lot of people aren't. So I think that's why they wanted me to review an Edifice as well. They're neat watches, but again, not too many people are familiar with them. Anyway, this is a pretty cool ProTrek. It does have a couple issues. Now, as y'all know, whether somebody sponsors a review of mine or not, I don't really care. Not that I don't care that they did it. I don't care so far as the fact I'm still going to give an honest review. And this does have a couple faults, not big deals, but it does have one really cool feature that I absolutely love. I think it's best in class, and I'll explain that to you as well. But it's a pretty cool watch. Let's go ahead and get into this. Today we have the Casio ProTrek 100 meter Bluetooth Quartz, and this is model number PRTB50T-7. This is the high-end titanium version. There are 2 of these watches. There's this one, and there's one, I think it's about 80 bucks more, that is the IP-coated black titanium version. So this one's about 330 bucks. I think the titanium version is about 380 bucks, something like that, right around there. So anyway, this is the non-IP coated titanium version. Again, I'm super excited that Casio let me do this. Thank you so much, Casio North America. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are fantastic. Actually, you gals are fantastic. You ladies, I appreciate it. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. But first, check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like this or any of the other watches I've reviewed on my channel. I do get a very tiny commission if you buy from my Amazon store, so I definitely appreciate it. This is a normal Casio ProTrek box. Y'all have seen these millions of times. I've actually taken the watch out of all its plastic and all that stuff. So let me go ahead and show you what you get. This is like a little store display right there. I think this is the FCC warning because it is Bluetooth. There you go. Now with Casio watches, each brand gets their own app. So you have a ProTrek app, you have a G-Shock app, and you have a Edifice app for any of the Bluetooth enabled watches. This one obviously uses the ProTrek app. Here's your manual right there, 5601. And this is almost identical to, so far as the module goes, the 5601, to the G-Shock I'm going to review next week. Basically, the G-Shock is a negative display. This is a positive display, but the features are identical. And of course, the G-Shock is, is beefed up. It's tougher, that type of stuff, has more water resistance. But the actual functions are going to be, I think, literally identical. So, all right, what is this right here? For California use only, no idea. Something probably to do with recycling or gosh knows what. Yeah, probably recycling. Warranty card, there you go. Let's go take this out of the, I love these Casio ProTrek boxes. They're like a pressed wood, cardboard, wood, like particle board. I don't know what they're made of, but I think they're pretty cool. There you go. There's the watch. And I'll tell you all the 7 specs you need to know, the basic stuff. Pretty cool. Now this came out, I think, about a year ago, I believe, something like that. Let's go ahead and get all this stuff out of the way. Like I said, I'll go ahead and tell you the 7 specs you need to know. Then I'll put the rest of that stuff down there in the description for you. So you're looking at a 50.8 millimeter resin case. It's 15.8 millimeters thick, so it's pretty thick. Lug to lug is 57.5 millimeters. Now, guys, this is a big, big watch face. So, when you're looking at the video, it might not look like that, but when you see it on my wrist, maybe you'll be able to see it's a big, big watch face. The bracelet is made out of titanium. It's 20 millimeters. It's water resistant to 100 meters, which is 330 feet. You got the 5601 Casio movement with about a 2-year battery life. I wish they'd make these solar. In fact, any Casio that I buy from now on, whether it be a G-Shock, ProTrek, Edifice, Casio, I don't care. I want it to be solar. I love solar watches now, especially in Quartz watches. I love solar, I love atomic, and I just never want to have to worry about a battery. Some of y'all have gotten on me, oh, battery changes are easy. Yeah, they are easy, but it's the fact that you have to break that seal, that gasket, that's what worries me. I just don't like to have to crack into the back of a watch if I don't have to. And with solar watches, you don't ever have to worry about that. And some of those solar cells last for 10, 15 years without having to be replaced. And it's just a hassle I don't want to deal with. Is it technically easy to do? Yes, very easy to do. You just pop all 4 screws, you pop the battery in. It's very easy to do technically. It's just messing with that waterproofness and that seal is what bothers me. So anyway, and the last spec I want to tell you about, it's got a mineral crystal. It does not have a sapphire. So, I mean, basic functions, you're going to get, a barometer, a thermometer, an altimeter, a compass, Bluetooth, world time, timers, stopwatch, step counter, different barometer settings, altimeter settings, so you can actually record different altitudes. I mean, it does everything. It's got obviously a full auto calendar, 12, 24-hour format, the hourly time signal, which I love. And you can record all sorts of different stuff with this, a step counter, all sorts of physical activity type of things, none of which I do. So this is really, really meant for somebody that likes to hike and they really need those extra functions, like a step counter or something like that. Plus, it's incredibly easy to read. I mean, it's got those big Arabic numerals, and the dial is very three-dimensional. I love the legibility on this watch. Absolutely love it. The bezel does not move. You got these 4 big pushers right here. This is your Bluetooth connect button. This thing connects incredibly fast, and the hands move incredibly fast. I think this is one of those that has those multiple motors for each hand. I'm sorry, it has multiple motors, 1 motor for each hand. That's why these hands are so quick, man. I mean, they just zip around the dial. And you'll see that on the G-Shock I'm going to review here in about a week as well. So, and again, Casio North America, I want to thank y'all so much for sending me these watches. I never thought you'd respond to me, but you did. So I'm really, really surprised, and pleasantly so. So anyway, let's go ahead and go through the basic functions. Right now I've got it set to show the digital time and the analog time. I just drank a Coke. I'm sorry. I'm burping here. So let me show you. You can actually change it to show what you want. I don't remember which button it is. That's not that button. That's your dedicated altimeter. Let's go back to the time. All right, so another thing, if you're in any mode and you want to go back to time, just press and hold time right here. See? And it'll bring you back to time. And now that's a feature on many different G-Shocks as well. This module is basically identical to multiple different G-Shocks, especially the Mudmaster, I believe, the new Mudmaster, except for obviously this has a positive display, that has a negative display. So anyway, so right now it's showing the analog time and the digital time. Let's go ahead switch it up. There's your step counter, of which I have taken no steps. Now it's just showing the day and the date. So it's Saturday, the 13th, is that right? Yep, 13th. Now it's showing barometer settings over there on the left and the time. And then I think it goes back to the digital time. Yep, there you go. So there's like what you want it to show. If you want to show something different on the digital display, this button up here is what you use to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the function button. So now we're at the barometer. Temperature, 70.8. That's actually about right. Now remember, this is going to be about 20 degrees off if you've been wearing the watch on your wrist. So to get an accurate temperature reading, which obviously kind of defeats the purpose of the thermometer, you really need to take the watch off to get an accurate temperature reading. So there you go. And you just heard the hourly time right there. All right, what we got here? This is so you can record altimeter times or barometer times, something like that, none of which I would ever use. All right, this is sunrise and sunset. So the sun rose today at 6:24 a.m. It's going to set at 6:16 p.m. There you go. I really like that feature. That's pretty cool. All right, there's your stopwatch. Some people get pissed off if I don't demonstrate a stopwatch. So I think this is stop right here, I believe. There we go. There's start. Blah, 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 blah. There's stop. And I think you can also do lap times. Up here, I think, is reset. Maybe it's up here. Yep, there you go. Reset's up there. Sometimes it's over here. All right, so then let's go into the next function. There's your timer. I think this can go up to 99 hours. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one, but I've got it currently set for 10 minutes. Maybe it's 24 hours. I can't. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Let me stop being lazy. Let me find out for you. Yep, countdown timer up to 24 hours. So there you go. And then there's your alarm, one of 5 alarms. Okay, and it's showing all 3 right there so far are off. Number 4 is off. Number 5 is off. Now that's the hourly time signal, which I've got on. So every hour on there is going to make that little beep. And then there you go. And I think it's back to time. Oh, world time. I've got currently set to London, which is 5 hours ahead. There you go. And now you're back to time. So I want to show you how fast these hands move, man. It is incredibly fast. In fact, let's go ahead and let's show you the compass, which I can't remember which one is the dedicated button for this one. I think it's up here. I'll show you the compass. Look how fast his hands move, man. Crazy. You can see the second hand is pointing towards magnetic north. And I don't know if you can hear that clicking noise. I love hearing that little clicking noise of the motors whirring inside the watch. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. Anyway, it's pretty cool. So then you want to get out of that, just press time. Your hand goes back. Dedicated altimeter. There you go. And it'll also show a bar graph over there. Pretty cool. Let's go back. And I think there's also a function where you can move the hands out of the way. I think it's the light and this button. Let me see. There we go. That's going to get the hands out of the way. So it's a combination of the light button and I think the lower left-hand button. There you go. Any button puts them back where they were. There we go. Now they'll go back. Now, this watch does have one function that I absolutely love. It's my favorite in the whole watch industry. It's not really a function. It's this bracelet. First of all, it's titanium. It's incredibly light. Now, the case is not titanium. The case is just resin. But the bracelet is full titanium. And Casio has this ingenious link system right there. See those little black dots? You have a tool that's included that you push in, and that disconnects the link from the other link. I absolutely love it. It literally took me 10 seconds to swap out a link. I mean, no pin and collar, no screws. In fact, you know what? Let me show you something else. They've also got a quick release on the bracelet. So let's go ahead, pop the bracelet. Done. And let me show you these up close. And I think the spring bar just fell out. There you go. There's a spring bar. And let me show you these up close. I love them. You can see you've got little springs, and when you pop that tool in there, it just pops a link out. So if I popped it in this one right there, that would take it out from this link right here. And it looks like you only have 4 links that are removable. The rest are all meant to be there, but you have 4 links on either side. So man, I absolutely love it. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate how easy this is. Let me get this little tool here, and I'm going to show you how easy this is. Comes in a little bag right there. Okay. All right, here's a little tool that it comes with. Pretty simple. It's just got that little peg right there in the middle. All right, guys, so watch this. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to use this second link. So when I press this second link in, okay, it's going to disconnect from this link right here. Let me show you how this works. Man, it just can't get easier, man. Love this system. So here we go. Get it in there. I'm going to press it, and it's going to disconnect. Boom. There you go. That's it. I mean, it can't get any easier than that, man. And to put it back on, same thing. All right, so I'll go ahead and press that link in. I'll attach the other link to it. I'll let go. Boom. Your bracelet's back together. How cool is that? I love it. Really, really neat. Now, I'm going to try to watch on. The only other gripe I have with this particular model is the fact that it's incredibly top heavy. So you might want to, fit the watch a little bit snugger. Is that even a word? A little more snug to your wrist, because the watch is a tad top heavy. Because you do have a 20 millimeter bracelet. It's not, a super wide bracelet like those G-Shocks. So let me go ahead and pop this back on. Let me show you how easy this is. And the cool thing is the spring bar doesn't fall out because it's got that little lever right there. So we line it up. I can feel it click in. Boom, there you go. Guys, I love the bracelet on this thing. But this thing is top heavy. Let me get all this stuff out of the way here. I'll go ahead and show this on my wrist for you. And then we'll get you a loom shot. So here you go. Now remember, normally I would need to take out a link for this because it is going to fit pretty loose. But it is top heavy. It wants to slide either way. Even when I take a link out, it is still pretty top heavy. But man, it's a good looking watch. Incredibly legible. Incredibly legible. But I just wish I didn't have to worry about changing any sort of battery. All right, let's go ahead and take it off the wrist. Let me give you a loom shot here. Now, you do have excellent loom on this watch, actually on the hands themselves, and of course the double LED. Let me go ahead and show you the hands. Let me kill this monitor as well here. All right. Now, only the hour and minute hand are loomed. I'm not quite sure why they didn't do the whole dial, like the indexes and the other numbers. I'm not quite sure why they didn't do that. Anyway, there's your hand, Neo Bright. Pretty good. Not too bad at all. Now, here's your loom. Now, you have a double LED, one for the dial face, and then one underneath the LCD segment. There you go. So it's going to illuminate those hands and the rest of the dial and the LCD segment underneath. Incredibly good loom. Never have to worry about it. So overall, great loom. Now guys, I like this watch a lot. Again, only a couple drawbacks for me. One, the fact that it is top heavy. I wish they would, I don't know how they would even fix that, man. But honestly, besides being top heavy, that's really about it. Maybe the other thing being solar. I wish it was solar. But I mean, those are two things that you could easily, kind of get by with. The top heaviness, you can adjust your bracelet a little bit for that. The solar power, I mean, yeah, you're going to have to change a battery in a couple of years. It's not a huge deal, but again, something I would like to avoid if I can. That's just me personally. Some of y'all love to change batteries and don't care. So, that's, up to you. It does have a really neat combination of materials too. Before I go, the resin case, I mean, it looks like titanium, but it's not, it's resin. You got a stainless steel case back right there. It's not, it looks like it's cased in Thailand, like a lot of G-Shocks are. It's got a Japanese movement, but they're cased in Thailand. So you got a resin case and a full titanium bracelet, which is pretty cool. Really nice. So I like this watch a lot, man. If you want to get one, head on over to Amazon. Like I said, they're currently about $300. I'll make sure to put a link in the description field so you can head on over there and get one of these. Pretty cool watches, guys. And that's about it. Again, I've got two more Casio sponsored reviews coming up in the next couple weeks. So make sure you stay tuned for those. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. And I'll see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.